Hi guys, my name is Patrick, but you can call me 26. And what we're going to do today is we are going to create the autocomplete feature for maps when we're searching, right? So for example, if we come here and we search for, let's just come here and we search for the greatest city, or the city so nice that they named it twice, right? Come here, say new, and we get New York. We also get New Orleans, New Franken, Newark, New Jersey, New Buffalo, New Holland, New Haven, and New Era, right? So we're going to create this autocomplete feature. And I already have another video that shows how after you create the autocomplete feature, you can actually click on that location and go to that particular location that you have selected. But here we're just going to concentrate on how you're going to create the autocomplete feature, right? So let's get into it. So first file we're going to create is going to be the location search service. So we come here, hit Command N, create a new Swift file. It's going to be called location search service, like so. Come here, we are going to say class, and this is going to be location search service, like so. And we are going to make it conform to the NS object, and then come here. The next thing we need to do is we need to create our location result, and this is just going to be the results we get from the autocomplete results, right? So these are going to contain the title and the subtitle, and we're going to conform to identifiable so that we can use them in a list, right? And hashable also. We are going to create another struct, and this one is going to be for our search status, right? So we're going to have 4 possible states, which is going to be idle, searching, or if there's an error, and finally, if we're successful, we get the result, right? So this is what it's going to look like, and it's going to conform to equator. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a string that is going to represent the user's search query, and it's also going to have a property observer that will call a function whenever the query changes, right? So this is what it's going to look like, and the handle search fragment we have not yet created. So this is the function that is going to be called, and this has not yet been created. We're going to do that. The next thing is we're going to create an array of location results structs, each representing a possible search result, right? So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to initialize it to be empty, right? And we're going to create an enum for indicating the current state of the search, right? Which we are going to default to idle, right? So it's going to be search status, and this is going to default to idle when we start. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to create an instance of MKLocalSearchCompleter, and this is the core class which is responsible for generating location suggestions, right? So we do that here. So let's create our initializer. Come here, do this, and I'm going to explain a bit. But first, we might want to import MapKit because it's going to help us with a lot. So let's come here and we say we want MapKit. And it's going to help us with things like MKLocalSearchCompleter. Of course, it's not going to help us with the handle search query because we have not yet created that, right? So I'm going to quickly explain what all this does. And the first thing, in this case where we're filtering, the points of interest, these are things like restaurants, petrol stations or gas stations if you're in the US, museums, hospitals, things like that. So initially we're going to exclude all of them, right? Then afterwards we are going to define the region, right? Our default region is going to be world, and if you don't want that, you could specify a particular region that you want, right? But we want it to be completely to be global, right? Or you could also make it local to a certain region or place, right? And then after that, we want the completer. We tell the completer the results that we want. We want the points of interest, possible queries, and also the queries are just generic search items, and then the addresses are the street addresses, right? The default value includes all 3 of these types, right? So that, and then afterwards we just set this, and of course we cannot assign the value that because we have not yet made it a delegate. We'll be doing that in a bit, right? Continue, right? The next thing is going to be the handle search fragment, and this is going to be a function that is called whenever the query changes, right? So this is what it's going to do. It updates the status to searching, and then sets the query fragment of the completer. And if it does this, this triggers a new search and handles cases where the query is empty, right? So in that case, if it's empty, if it's not empty, do this. If it's empty, set it to idle, and then make the results empty, right? Set the the array of results to empty. Next thing we need to do is we need to come here, say extension location search service like so, and this is going to be MK local search, and we want the completer delegate, right? Completer delegate like so, and this requires a couple of functions. Let's wait for the stubs. Let's wait for it to help us, or are they unrequired? Okay, fine. We are going to say completer did update. I thought they're required, but apparently they're not. So what you're going to have here, and this is just going to be, we're going to take the results, and essentially when we get the results completed, we're going to put them in the location results so that we can later show them on the list, right? So that's going to be that. And the next thing we would want to do is maybe handle any possible errors. And what that is going to look like is if we could come here and do this. This is just going to be any possible errors you may come across, right? So what this does is just the completer did update results and the did fail with errors are called by the completer to notify the location search service when new results are available or when an error has occurred, right? So that is done. Let's continue. Now, the next thing we need to do is we would like to see the fruits of our labor, right? So we come here and we say at state, and this is going to be location at state var. Let's have a var here. This is going to be location VM. Let's just call it VM, and this is going to be location search service, right? Whatever we called it, like so. And then we could come here and we're just going to use the inbuilt, we're going to use searchable to search, right? We're not going to create our own text field. And for that, we need a navigation stack. Like so. Come here, and then we're going to have if VM dot results, if this is empty, we want to come here and we say we're going to have the content unavailable view, like so, and the title is going to be no results, like so. Then we're going to have the system image. The system image in question is going to be question mark dot square dot dashed, right? So that's going to be that. If there is nothing else, that means there's something. What you're going to have here is you're going to have a list, which is just going to create a table view for us, which is going to be VM dot results, like so. And then you're going to come into the closure and have the results in, like so. Come here and we just say we're going to have a VStack, and we are going to have an alignment here. Let's put an alignment on the VStack. It's going to be alignment, and this is going to be we want them to fall on the left side, so we say leading, like so. And this is going to be text, is going to be results dot title, like so. Then we say text is going to be results dot subtitle, right? So we do that, and we say we could come here and we say dot font, and this is going to be dot caption, make it smaller, like so. And we say dot foreground style, this is going to be dot secondary, right? That's going to be that. And we forgot to tell our location service that it's observable, so that we can actually observe changes. Let's come here and we say observable, like that. Then go back, and now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we come to our list here, and at the end of else, what we'd want to do, or let's put it here on the navigation stack. Let's just come here and we say we want to say searchable, like so, and the text needs to be bound to something, and this is just going to be VM dot, we say query, like so, right? So we do that, and that is going to be that. And afterwards, if we run this, probably you can also run it on the simulator here, on the canvas here, the preview. And the next thing we'd want to do is, okay, it's available for us, right? Okay, this is taking its sweet time. Let's just come here and let's search for the city so nice they named it twice. New York. You can see all the all the suggestions being made here. And now we could select if we want, for example, New York, or there's New Franken, Newark, New Jersey, New Buffalo, and so on. And then afterwards, like if you select, like in my other video, when we select this, my video to do with maps, right, where we create a draggable map, you search, and then when you click on it, you go to that particular location. So if you want to see the functionality of how you, when you tap one of this, you select them, you go to that particular location, you can have a look at that video, right? So that's how we create it. And we could have New York. Of course, currently you can't select it. We have not done that, but you can see it, right? Maybe, and I'm shocked New Orleans is, oh, New Orleans is actually up here. So we have New York, New Franken, Newark, New Jersey, so on and so forth, right? So that's that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.